Hey everybody, this is Perch. Hey, if you live in Texas, you might be asking yourself, how many days in a row can we go with 105-degree temperatures? This place is living hell. But anyway, um, I I don't know. When I close my eyes, I think about where I want to be. I always feel it's Alaska. That's where I want to be. I couldn't be further away from Alaska right now. I'm just going to bitch about this forever, and you're all along for the ride. Anyway, here comes a viewer mail who thinks that Marvel has squandered something. How squandered? How could this possibly be? I'll read on. It says, hey, Perch, not a big Marvel guy, but one that does get me picking up Marvel comics is Wolverine. I collect his back issues and have most of the Old Man Logan run. I think he's Marvel's flagship character after Spider-Man in the minds of fans. I also remember the hype over Wolverine among kids from school, about 2000, 2010. It was insane. Everywhere you went, kids would be putting up straws as popsicle sticks between their knuckles, imitating him. Why hasn't Marvel been able to capitalize on the hype? This feels like a massive opportunity that they let slip away, and the online discourse around Wolverine became 80% of the people saying, Laura is Wolverine, get over it. Heck, the last time I saw Wolverine comic news in the mainstream was people roasting the fact that Logan can't smoke cigars in Disney press books. Don't forget about the hot claws. Remember when they gave Wolverine hot smoking, fire claws? When when he was kind of reborn, he came back from the dead. He had hot claws, and they burned. And was that Charles Soule who did that? Who did that? Who brought Wolverine back and gave him hot claws? Whoever it was I'm sure a wonderful person, but holy shit, what a stupid move. That was a real idiot move. No offense. How can I say no offense after saying it was an idiot move? It was an idiot move, and I'm sure the writer is lovely. But who came up with hot claws? And he had a good kick in the ass. Anyway, back to the mail. It says, I think you can make the Logan, Laura, Wolverine dynamic work, but Marvel and some fans turned this into some kind of dick measuring contest rather than producing some badass Wolverine tales when he's such an easy character to get right. I agree with that, man. Wolverine is not the hardest thing to nail as that phrasing. Anyway, we'll finish up with the mail. It says, I can't remember the last time there was strong hype over anything Wolverine in the comics since Old Man Logan, and to some extent Ben Percy. I don't. Has there been hype over Ben Percy's run? Not really. It says, but that's about it. It's not like Batman, where there's always something for all types of Batman fans to pick up. Seeing Marvel's handling of Wolverine feels odd to me, and they could capture the Batman market with any character. I feel like it's Wolverine. By rights, Batman, Wolverine, and Spider-Man should always have a book in the top 10, but that's not what's happened. Wolverine doesn't have his own Batman versus Fortnite or Batman Reptilian or Legends of the Dark Knight type stuff, which I feel he could have, at the very least, a Legends of the Dark Knight style series, and that would be successful. What do you think? Am I captive to my Wolverine love, or has Marvel really dropped the ball on him? Well, yeah, of course Marvel's dropped the ball on him. I think Wolverine was a sales juggernaut back in the 90s, and he was a character you could do a lot of. And this is one of the things that I think is going to be Joe Quesada's legacy is, people always go to the Spider-Man, One More Day storyline. Let's not forget Wolverine Origin, which took Wolverine and defied expectations by making him a sissy English country boy. That's not true. That's not exactly what he was. But anyway, that origin story sucked. It was not helpful to Wolverine. Some of the coolest parts of Wolverine was the mystery around him. They decided to give him an origin that was like a milk toast, just wet fart of an origin. It was bad, and it took it's like, you thought you knew Wolverine. We'll show you. I'm like, I guess you did. You showed us that you could fuck up the character. That's what you showed us. That's basically what you did. I think that Wolverine prints money, but Marvel, Marvel does this. They get in their own way, and it's like they're determined to, do dumbass moves and then try and gaslight the fans into liking it. The entire Laura Kinney is Wolverine was an example of a super stupid move. People liked Laura. They liked X-23. They liked the character. It was an interesting new development added to the Wolverine mythology. It was cool. And then they're like, well, now she's going to be Wolverine. And they gave her Logan's costume, and she looked terrible in it. Like, Laura had a good design, and they're like, let's make her look like the female Wolverine character, and just they ruined a lot of what was kind of cool about Laura. It still is baffling why they did that. They took a character that had her own identity, her own kind of following, her own popularity, and they're like, now you're going to call her Wolverine. And again, the gaslighting of, oh, when you say Wolverine, you mean Laura, right? Because she's the real Wolverine. Like, just shut the fuck up with that stuff. Stop. No one thinks that. You can't take a character that for 30, 40 years has an origin, has iconic moments, is in the movies, is doing all this other stuff, and then one day kind of say, well, we're Marvel. We waved a magic wand, and now she's Wolverine. You're all just going to like it. You're all going to like it. If you don't like it, then you're a misogynist. That's what you are. I remember Tom Taylor doing some of that when he wrote the Wolverine series. It's like, anyone who says that this isn't the real Wolverine don't buy my book. It's like, don't worry, they're not going to. And it's like, those people are sexist if they can't accept a woman having Wolverine as look, no, but this is the dumb part of so many of these arguments. Nobody is saying that Laura can't have her own identity. No one was saying that Laura isn't a badass. No one is saying Laura wasn't an amazing character. What they were saying was, hey, don't sandwich in this other identity to Laura. And then when anyone would make a compelling argument to say, look, I mean, we like the character, we did this and this and this, this is taking the character backward. It's basically saying you don't get your own identity, you have to borrow someone else's. And you'd immediately get this, then Marvel would flip over to this response, like, why are you taking things so seriously? God, you're taking things so seriously. Why are you so serious? Oh my, if you're getting this uptight over a comic book character, then you must have a really sad life. And it's like, dicks, how about you guys take your comics more seriously? You're the one making money off of them. You should take them more seriously. You should try. I mean, yeah, comics are serious business, especially if you're the publisher who's trying to make money off this stuff. Comics are a serious business. What do you mean this? Oh no, it's comics are. Stop with that, God, you weirdo. Anyway, Marvel, there's a lot you can do with Wolverine for sure, and you should go make money. I mean, this is one of the most baffling parts of comics, kind of in general, is how much the fans and the customers, the people you're taking money from, how much they beg and struggle to get these multi-million-dollar, or in some cases billion-dollar corporations to take their money. Like, next time, if you're a creator listening to this, I beg of you, try thinking about it just slightly different. The next time the fans bitch about something that's going on in the comic, consider for a moment that the fans are trying to pay you. I'm sure there are definitely some trolls out there who are just wanting to watch the world burn. There always are. But the majority of people out there are like, don't do this. Come on. They're trying to give you their cash. In what other business do the customers, get so invested and just toss ideas out? It always, by the way, it makes me cringe. First of all, people use the word cringe, but it always makes me kind of shudder when creators like go out of their way. And I've seen some, I definitely get the mentality of, hey, don't pitch writers, creators, story ideas online. Don't do that, because if you do that, then the worry is that you're going to do something similar, and then there's going to be a lawsuit and all the rest. I get it. I do get why it creates some legal jeopardy and why it's dodgy and everything else. I get it. However, try not to be a douche about it, because when people are like literally just trying to toss you ideas, it is like, think about it this way: you make a living getting paid to write comics, and here are a bunch of customers, fans, who are basically just tossing you ideas for free. They're basically handing you money. Now, you can't use them. I get it. You can't. But all the same, think about the mentality of what's going on here. You've got customers who are like, we want to give you our money so badly that we're willing to give you even the stories that you're paid for that will cause us to then turn around and pay you for the story we created. I mean, I'm like, I understand. Again, you can't use it. But when I watch, I've seen some writers and some editors like just go off on people like, how dare you give me a story idea? It's like, come on, ass. Just try and be cool about it, okay? You got the people are begging you to hand over their cash. What business is like that? Do you see people lining up outside the Conoco station like, oh my God, I wish I could pay more for gas. If only, if only I could somehow pay more for this product. I wish I could, I'll drive around in circles just so I could buy this product more. Like nobody is doing that. So just try and take it with grace. Again, a little bit. Anyway, yeah, Wolverine I think is money. I think even today would still be money, but you got to do Wolverine. This is one of those areas where don't get creative and try and subvert expectations. Just subvert our expectations by doing a good Wolverine book. Give him some solid good adventures. Go watch a bunch of Die Hard movies and then say, all right, they're even, Bruce Willis is also kind of short. So just do that. Man, remember in the 90s when people would fan cast and it's like they really wanted Bruce Willis to be Wolverine? Can you imagine? I mean, just imagine that for a moment. It'd be crazy. Anyway, I don't know. I think that I think that Marvel should definitely try and make money out of Wolverine. I think Marvel should turn around and give Laura her own identity. Like give her a cool name. I think about it. Tom Taylor came up with Honey Badger for the little clone sidekick. So you can't like come up with a good solid name. Let her be herself, and then you're going to have two comics you can sell. I think that if you had a Laura Kinney comic and you wrote it straightforward, just you had Laura go out there and have badass adventures, I think it would be amazing. Just try and do that. There's an ambulance going by me. Well, somebody's dying somewhere. Anyway, just try to do that. I think it would sell, but you got to get over this wanting to kind of troll the fans by going, you mean the real Wolverine? Yeah, I mean we mean Logan. We mean the character who's been called Wolverine since the 70s. That's who we mean. Can you just stop trying to get one over on the customers and take their cash? Anyway, what do you think? I'll bet Perch is overreacting. I mean, sure, why not? It's hot outside. How am I expect not to overreact when I'm sweating my balls off here in this horrible hell heat that is Texas? Bullshit. Anyway, thanks for listening.